Welcome back to Tungal College online classes. Hello students, how are you all? In last class you learned preparation of ketones and physical properties of aldehydes and ketones. Today's topic is chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones. Both aldehydes and ketones undergo similar chemical reactions because they contain a same functional group, that is carbonyl functional group. Due to presence of the carbonyl functional group in both aldehydes and ketones, they will undergo similar chemical reactions. Now let us discuss the chemical reactions of aldehydes and ketones one by one. The first one is nucleophilic addition reactions. First one, nucleophilic addition reactions. Aldehydes and ketones undergo nucleophilic addition reactions. Write the statement. Aldehydes and ketones undergo nucleophilic addition reactions. Nucleophilic addition reactions. So let us write equation for nucleophilic addition reaction. General equation, I am taking, this is the carbonyl group C double bond O, and to this there are two groups attached. This I am labeling as A, another group I am labeling as B. The two groups attached to the carbonyl group I am labeling as A and another group I am as B. This carbonyl group, carbonyl compound will be reacted with the nucleophile. So nucleophile I am taking as Nu minus. Nucleophiles has a negative charge. Nucleophile has a negative charge. Electrophiles has positive charge. Then from the reaction medium it captures the proton H plus. Then the product is C nucleophile attached to the carbonyl carbon. This nucleophile attached to the carbonyl carbon, and this will be O, and this O will take this hydrogen converting into OH, and there are two groups attached to the carbonyl group, they remain same. So this is A and another one is B. So this is the product form. Now how do we get this product? Let us understand by taking mechanism. We got a carbonyl compound react with the carbonyl compound aldehyde and ketone react with the nucleophile and capture the proton from the reaction medium, produce the product. So how the product is formed in this reaction? Let us understand by taking its mechanism. Now mechanism of reaction. Mechanism of nucleophilic addition of carbonyl compounds involves two steps. In step 1, C double bond O, this is the carbonyl carbon and oxygen, and two groups attached to it I am labeling like this. This is the one group and this is another group. The two groups attached to the carbonyl carbon, this is B. And I am taking nucleophile is negative charge, Nu minus. And an important point is this oxygen is more electronegative, as a result it will get partial and negative charge. And carbon is compared to the oxygen, carbon is electropositive. Relatively it is electropositive. Relatively oxygen is more electronegative when compared to the carbon. So this is more partially negative charge, carbon is partially positive charge. Then this nucleophile attack upon this carbonyl carbon on plane perpendicular to the sp2 hybridized orbitals of this carbonyl carbon. Imagine this is a carbonyl carbon, these three groups attached to all are present in one single plane. This carbonyl carbon, this oxygen, this group A and this group B, all are present in a one single plane, all present in a same plane. So that this structure is a planar structure. So all these groups present in a same plane. Now this nucleophile approaches them perpendicular to this planar structure like this. Approaches like this, or they can approach from the bottom, either from the top side or from the bottom side. So I am taking from the top side. This nucleophile approaches the carbonyl carbon from this direction. So here is a nucleophile is negative charge. It will attack upon the carbonyl carbon. This point is very important. Nucleophile always attack upon the carbonyl carbon because carbonyl carbon has a partially positive charge, nucleophile has negative charge. Then this is the step 1. Then what is the product formed in this case is this carbonyl carbon I am writing as usual. Nucleophile approaches from the top. So here I am tabling as nucleophile Nu, and this groups remains the same. This is A and another one is B. This is B and O with a negative charge. Whenever this nucleophile approaches this carbon carbon, this bond will be shifted to here. When this bond is shifted to here, oxygen will get a negative charge. Now what is the point we understand from this structure to this structure? Here is carbon is undergoing sp2 hybridization. The carbon is sp2 hybridized because it has a double bond. Carbon is sp2 hybridized. But what about this carbon? This carbon has all are single bonds. All are single bonds in the sense the carbon is undergoing sp3 hybridization. So sp2 hybridized carbon converted into sp3 hybridized carbon. As a result, the planar structure is changed to tetrahedral. The planar structure changed to tetrahedral. sp3 hybridized is tetrahedral. sp2 is planar structure. So the planar structure changes into tetrahedral. This is tetrahedral intermediate. Tetrahedral intermediate. This is step number 1. Clear? So nucleophile approaches the carbonyl carbon. The bond between the carbon and oxygen bond is migrate towards shift towards oxygen. As a result, oxygen will get negative charge. Nucleophile attached to it. So here is carbon is sp2 hybridized. sp2 hybridized double bond is a double bond in the sense carbon is sp2 hybridized. The sp2 hybridized carbon converting into sp3 hybridized. Then the point is the planar structure changes to tetrahedral structure. So this is a tetrahedral intermediate formed in this reaction. This is the step number 1. Step number 2. This tetrahedral intermediate capture the proton from reaction medium. It will take a H plus from the reaction medium, and this is the step 2. Capture the proton from the reaction medium. This O minus will take this proton, and the product is a C. This is the nucleophile. This is A. This is B, and here is O. O minus is taking H plus converting into OH. So this is a addition product. This is the final product. Addition product formed in this reaction. So here I showed this dashed wedge. This indicates that this A group present at the rear side. This solid wedge indicates that that is present towards observer. These normal lines indicates they are present in the plane of paper. This is a mechanism of nucleophilic addition of aldehydes and ketones. So this group maybe can take aldehydes and ketones. So what is the point we have to understand here is both aldehydes and ketones undergo nucleophilic addition reactions. So this is the reaction. So it involves it is a two-step mechanism. Step 1, nucleophile attack the carbonyl carbon will produce tetrahedral intermediate. This group is a planar structure. All these carbonyl oxygen, this A group and B group and even carbon all are present in a same plane. And whenever the nucleophile attack upon this carbonyl carbon, then the planar structure changes to tetrahedral intermediate, because planar structure carbon is sp2 hybridized, double bond is a sp2 hybridized, but all in the tetrahedral intermediate all are single bond, 1, 2, 3, 4 all are single bonds. So all are single bonds in this, and the hybridization is sp3. Due to sp3 hybridization, the shape of the molecule is this one is intermediate is tetrahedral, and this is the step 1. In the step 2, this tetrahedral intermediate capture proton from the reaction medium and gives the addition product. So this is a nucleophilic addition reactions of aldehydes and ketones and its mechanism. Next, the reactivity order of aldehydes and ketones towards nucleophilic addition reactions. The reactivity order. In general, aldehydes are more reactive than the ketones. Reactivity towards nucleophilic addition reactions of aldehydes and ketones. Aldehydes are more reactive. Aldehydes are greater than ketones. Now one question is arises. Why aldehydes are more reactive towards nucleophilic addition reactions than ketones? There are two reasons. The reason number one is steric reason and the second one is electronic reason. First we will discuss steric reason, then we will discuss electronic reason. First I am taking steric reason. Steric reason. If you look at aldehydes and ketones, first I am taking ketone structure, understanding purpose I am taking acetone. So C double bond O, to these two methyl groups is present like this, right? I am taking one methyl group like this. This is a acetone structure. Actually you can write the acetone as CH3 C double bond O CH3. This structure I took like this, meaning is remains the same. So there are two bulky groups present attached to the carbonyl group. I am taking aldehyde example CH3CHO, acetaldehyde I took. This case structure is C double bond O H and another side is 3 hydrogens. Now look at the structure of these two compounds. Here is two bulky groups surrounds the carbonyl carbon. Two bulky groups surrounds the carbonyl carbon. Then nucleophile approaching. Nucleophile cannot approach this carbonyl carbon very easily due to presence of bulky group. So in center nucleophile carbonyl carbon is there, it's surrounded by the two bulky groups is there, it surrounds. Due to presence of these largely bulky groups around the carbonyl carbon, this nucleophile cannot approach very easily to form the product, addition product. But in the case of aldehydes, look at aldehyde structure. In the case of aldehyde, one side is bulky group is there, one side is just hydrogen is there. You can compare here. There is two large bulky groups is there, but here only one small hydrogen is there in the aldehyde. And the nucleophile can easily approach this carbonyl carbon, can form the bond. So this is the steric reason. So due to steric hindrance in the ketones, the nucleophile cannot approach this carbonyl carbon very easily. So it is very difficult to form the bonds with this carbonyl carbon. As a result, they are less reactive. They will react, but reactivity is very less when compared to aldehydes. This is the first reason. What is the first reason? In ketones, there are two relatively large groups is attached to the carbonyl group, and the nucleophile cannot approach the carbonyl carbon not easily. But in aldehydes, in addition to the one large group, one small group is that is hydrogen, so that the nucleophile can easily approach this carbonyl carbon. As a result, nucleophile can easily approach this carbonyl carbon due to presence of this small group. Here is both are large, so that aldehydes are more reactive towards nucleophilic addition reactions than ketones. This is the first reason. The second reason is electronic reason. Second reason, electronically I am rewriting these structures again. C double bond O CH3. This is a CH3. Look at here. This is methyl group attached to the carbonyl carbon. This is the another methyl group attached to the carbonyl carbon. This is alkyl group, electron releasing group. So this is partial oxygen is partially negative and this carbon is partially positive, right? This methyl group is electron donating group. It will give electrons to the carbonyl carbon. As a result, electrons is donating to carbon. Carbon is positive charge. Due to donation of electrons, carbon positive charge is decreases. And here is one more methyl group is there. It also donate electrons to the carbonyl carbon. And both groups attached to the carbonyl carbon donating electrons to this carbon. Due to donation of electrons, the positive charge on the carbon is decreases. So positive charge is decreases. More is the positive charge, and negative charge nucleophile can attack very easily. So if nucleophile is negative charge nucleophile can attack very easily with positive charge carbon. But here is positive charge is decreases because of what? This group is donating electrons, so this group also donating electrons to this carbon. As a result, positive charge is decreases. Due to decreasing the positive charge upon the carbonyl carbon, it unable to take the negative charges very easily. So this reactivity is very less. If you take aldehyde, I am taking C double bond O CH3, one other one is hydrogen. If you look at this case, only one methyl group is there, one alkyl group is there, it is donating electrons to the carbonyl carbon. But here is, this is the hydrogen, it cannot donate electrons to this carbonyl carbon. So only one alkyl group is donating, but here is two alkyl group is donating. When compared to these aldehydes and ketones, the ketones are less reactive, aldehydes are more reactive, because these two methyl groups decrease the electrophilicity of carbon. Electrophilicity of carbon is decreases by the methyl group. That means alkyl group is attached to the carbonyl carbon and ketones. And the nucleophilicity of carbon in aldehydes is more, because only one alkyl group is donating the electrons to that carbonyl carbon. So this is a electronic reason. So aldehydes, based on a steric reason and electronic reason, aldehydes are more reactive than ketones. Aldehydes are more reactive than ketones. Read the same sentence. Aldehydes are more reactive towards nucleophilic substitution, nucleophilic addition reaction. Nucleophilic addition reaction. It is due to steric and electronic reason. It is due to steric and electronic, I wrote there, steric and electronic reasons. Because of these two reasons, aldehydes are more reactive than ketones towards nucleophilic addition reactions. This is the reactivity of aldehydes and ketones. Next, nucleophilic addition reactions of aldehydes and ketones. In that, the first one is addition of hydrogen cyanide, HCl. First one, addition of HCl, hydrogen cyanide. Aldehydes and ketones react with hydrogen cyanide, gives cyanohydrate. First read the statement. Aldehydes and ketones react with hydrogen cyanide, gives cyanohydrate. First let us look into the reaction. So here the reaction is very fast in presence of a base, because pure HCl is less reactive. So first we have to treat hydrogen cyanide HCl with a base. I am labeling as OH minus. This OH minus take this proton, then convert it into Cn. This is Cn minus. This is Cn minus, and this OH minus, this H plus converting into H2O. So this will be dissociated into H plus plus Cn minus. H plus Cn minus. This H is taken by the OH converting into H2O. Remains Cn minus. So this is the nucleophile. Then take aldehyde or ketone. I am taking general representation of C double bond O. This may be aldehyde or ketone. This may be aldehyde, or we can take ketone also, anything you can imagine. These groups are not writing, so this may be aldehyde or ketone. This aldehyde or ketone react with nucleophile is here is Cn minus. This is Cn minus, this is the partially negative charge, this carbon is a partially positive charge. This Cn minus attack upon whom? Carbonyl carbon. This Cn minus this is negative charge, this is the positive charge. This negative charge attack upon this positive charged carbon. As a result, here is a double bond is there, one bond is moves towards oxygen. As a result, what is the product we get is first step in the mechanism we will discuss later. Step 1, what is the product we get? An intermediate. So C, then we have to write intermediate. and this is this CN is attaching to it, this CN is attaching to this carbon, and this O will become O minus. So this is we have to call it as a tetrahedral intermediate, and simply I am writing intermediate is formed. This intermediate capture the proton from the reaction medium. This is a step 2. In step 2, this intermediate capture the proton from the reaction medium will produce the product. So what is the product we can expect? C, 2 hydrogens, two groups, and here is Cn. This O minus will become OH. O minus will become OH. This is called as a cyanohydrin. The product name is cyanohydrin. So this is a general representation of reaction. We will take some examples, so you will get much clarity how to write the product. So this first I am taking aldehyde. Instead of taking aldehyde ketone, first I am taking some aldehydes. CH3. This group plus I am taking CH3, C double bond O, here I am taking hydrogen. Clear? Plus Cn minus. Then step number 1. Step number 1 is what? This Cn minus attack upon this carbon. As a result, this bond is moving towards oxygen. This is partially positive charge, this is partially negative charge. Then what is the product? CH3, CH. This group CH3, CH. This cyanide, the Cn minus attached to this carbon. Cn, this will be O, this bond is moving to here, O will be O minus. Clear? This is what? An intermediate. This intermediate what will do? Capture the proton from reaction medium. So this O minus will take this proton converting into cyanohydrin. So CH3, CH, this is Cn, this is OH. This is a cyanohydrin. This is a cyanohydrin. Take one more example of aldehyde. I am taking C2H5, C double bond OH. This is also aldehyde, plus Cn minus. Instead of writing all the line step, we will do this reaction in a single step. How to write in a single step is Cn minus. I am taking here is H plus. So first attacking is the Cn minus is the first step, and capturing the proton is a second step. 2 steps I am writing here. Cn, this H plus also I took here. Then the product is directly we can write it. So this Cn minus attack upon this carbon, this is polarized towards here. This will be negative charge. This negative charge take this proton converting into cyanohydrin. Then C2H5, C2H5. This H remains same. This is Cn is attacking upon this carbon. This is Cn. This is O minus will get, actually he will get O minus. This O minus will take proton. This O minus will take this proton converting into OH. So this is the cyanohydrin formed in this reaction. So I took these aldehydes. Let us take some ketones. I am taking CH3, C double bond O CH3. Ketone. This ketone react with Cn minus. Then this will attack upon this carbon. This is partially positive charge, this is the partially negative charge. Then what is the product we can expect from this case is, this groups remains same, CH3, C, CH3, this groups remains the same, isn't it? Then this will be Cn, Cn is attacking upon this carbon, this will be O minus, this is what? Intermediate. This will capture the proton from the reaction medium, H plus. Capture the proton from reaction medium. Then the product is this remains CH3, Cn, this is OH. So the product is cyanohydrin. So this is a reaction of addition of HCN to the ketones. We will take one more example. I will write directly C2H5 I am taking. Here I am taking a CH3. I changed the alkyl group, double bond O, plus Cn minus. And instead of writing this step, directly I am writing the product. Instead of writing this many steps, I am directly writing the product. So we have to follow the similar mechanism. What is the direct product we will get here? C2H5O, CH3, Cn, this is OH. This is C2H5. So this is the product formed in this reaction. We'll take one cyclic compound. Suppose cyclic compound we have to prepare. Then I'm taking an example of C double bond O H. I'm taking aldehyde. C double bond O H. Aldehyde I took. This one is treated with Cn minus. Cn minus. So two steps again I'm writing at a time H plus. So this is aldehyde adding HCN. Then what is the product is C right. So this is a cyclic compound 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ring contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ring is same. Then to this what is attached? One hydrogen is there. This hydrogen I am writing here, isn't it? Then this we have to attach it to Cn. Then this will become OH. So this is the product formed in this reaction. So this is the addition of HCN to aldehydes and ketones. So aldehydes and ketones react with hydrogen cyanide. The product is cyanohydrogen. The reaction is very fast in presence of a base. So this is first reaction, first nucleophilic addition reaction, that is addition of HCN. Next, addition of sodium hydrogen sulfide. This is the second nucleophilic addition reaction. Addition of sodium hydrogen sulfide. Sodium hydrogen sulfide formula is NaHSO3. Sodium hydrogen sulfide. Sodium hydrogen sulfide adds to aldehydes and ketones to form the addition product. Read the statement. Sodium hydrogen sulfide adds to aldehydes and ketones to form the addition product. This is the statement. First we have to write a equation. So first I am taking a general equation of aldehyde or ketone, C double bond O, this one. This may be aldehyde or ketone. We are very familiar with this term. This one will be treated with sodium hydrogen sulfide. NaHSO3. Here Na plus HSO3 minus charge. Right? Here is oxygen is partial negative charge, carbon is partially positive charge. This negative charge attack upon this carbonyl carbon. As a result, what is the product we can expect? This is the step 1. We are very familiar. This is the step 1. Then what is the product is these two groups remains the same. This SO3H we have attached here. Then we get SO3H and this O minus. This O minus will be taken by the Na plus. O minus Na plus. So this is the intermediate formed in this reaction. Clear? Then, so here instead of capturing a proton from the reaction medium, here is H is there, here is Na is there. There is a transfer of proton. Transfer of protons will be takes place. This H will come here, this Na will be go there. Then the product is SO3 Na and this will become OH. So this is the final product formed in this reaction. Now let us take some aldehydes and ketones for understanding of this equation clearly. Then I am taking an example of C double bond O. First I am taking aldehyde. CH3H. I took aldehyde. This aldehyde react with sodium hydrogen sulfide, NaHSO3. Then the product what we can expect here is CH3. The CH3 remains same. Then CH. This one SO3H and this one ONA. Isn't it? This Na plus SO3, HSO3 minus attacking upon this carbon. This is shifting towards like this. Here is this group attaching here, this bond is shifting to here, then we'll get this is the product. Then there is a transfer of proton. Transfer of proton will be taking place. The product is CH3C H SO3Na and OH. So this is the product formed in this reaction. Take one more example, aldehyde C double bond O C2H5H. So I'm directly writing the product plus NaHSO3. So direct I am writing product instead of writing the intermediate, direct I am writing product. What is the product? C, this is C2H5. C2H5, this is what? H. This is SO3. Na. Final product I am writing SO3Na. Then this will be OH. This is the final product formed in this reaction. So these are aldehyde. Take some ketones. I am taking CH3 double bond O. This is a ketone. This will react with NaHSO3. Right? I am writing for this case also direct product. Already this is the same mechanism we have to follow. This is methyl, this is methyl. You can take these two are methyls. You can take here is methyl, here is methyl. This is the addition product you will get. Then this is the final product. I am writing direct product. So the final product is this will be SO3 minus HSO3 minus attacking upon this carbonyl carbon. This is partially positive charge, oxygen is partially negative charge. This bond is shifting to here, isn't it? Then the product is C. This remains the same CH3. This remains the same CH3. These two groups remains the same. I took a ketone. This is ketone. Then this SO3Na. This will become SO3Na and this will become OH. So this is the final product formed in this reaction, ketone. Then I am taking a cyclic compound. I am taking cyclic compound like this. C double bond OH. C double bond OH. And this one is treating with NaHSO3. NaHSO3. Here is Na plus, this is HSO3 minus, isn't it? This negative charge attack upon this carbon carbon. This bond is going to get polarized to here, migrate to this pi bond, migrate here, get negative charge. Then the product is, here also I am writing direct product. The same mechanism we are following because we previously we did many reactions, similar concept we have to follow. So that I am writing the answer directly. Then the product is C, this hydrogen this to this carbon, and here is we are writing SO3Na. Here we have to write remaining is what? OH. So that is a product formed in that reaction. So this is a reaction of addition of sodium hydrogen sulfite to aldehydes and ketones will produce the addition product. All these are addition products in this reaction. This is a second nucleophilic addition reactions of aldehydes and ketones. Next one, addition of Grignard reagents. This is a third one. Addition of Grignard reagents. Grignard is nothing but alkyl magnesium halide. So we have to write the formula RMgX. Alkyl magnesium halide is called as Grignard reagents. Aldehydes and ketones react with Grignard reagents gives alcohols. Write the statement. Aldehydes and ketones react with Grignard reagents Grignard reagent gives alcohols. gives alcohol. This is the statement. Then we will look into some examples. I'm taking general representation of aldehydes and ketones, RC double bond O. This is the partial negative charge, this is the partially positive charge. I'm taking RMGX. RMGX. Alkyl group is a negative charge and magnesium is partially positive charge. This negative charged alkyl group attack upon carbonyl carbon like this. Then this bond is polarized towards oxygen. Then what is the product we can expect from this reaction is C. Then these two bonds I wrote like this. This bond O will be in the form of negative charge. This alkyl group attaching to it. This is the R. Right. So O minus this MgX attached to it. So MgX. This will be positive charge. So whenever we supply the in presence of water upon hydrolysis, this water we have to attach to here. Then HOH. What is splitting into H and OH? H is attached to this O minus, OH attached to MgX. Then the product is this group remains same. This group this is bond, and this alkyl group attached to this carbon. This is R. This is OH. So this is nothing but alcohol. Alcohol is the product. One more byproduct is formed. What is the byproduct? MgOHX. MgOHX. So you will understand in clear by taking some example. I am taking an aldehyde CH3 C double bond OH. I took this one. Otherwise, first you can take formaldehyde H C double bond OH. This will be react with CH3 MgBr. This is a Grignard reagent. This is the partial negative charge, this is the partially positive charge. So this is negative, this is the positive. Directly can attack upon this. Then this bond is moved here. Then the product is this carbon I am writing, this C, to these two hydrogens are attached, two remains hydrogens is there. I wrote. Then to this we have to attach a methyl group. I wrote a methyl group. Then this bond is moved here. This will become O minus, isn't it? To this O minus MgBr it is attached MgBr with the positive charge. Upon hydrolysis, adding water, upon addition of water between the O minus and Mg, H is added, H, and this will be OH. So this is I am writing CH3. First I am writing CH3, CHH. It will be CH2, O and H will be OH. Plus, and remaining is what? MgOHBr. MgOHBr is the product. Look at this. Alcohol. Alcohol is formed. The product is alcohol. So I am taking another example of CH3 C double bond OH, and this one treated with CH3 MgBr. So this is the negative charge, this is the positive charge, partial negative, partial positive. This is the partial positive, this is the partial negative. Attack upon like this, isn't it? If you attack like that, what is the product we can expect from this reaction? Then the product is this I am writing CH3 C. This C I wrote. It has a hydrogen H, and this will become O minus. O minus positive part of reagent will be attached to it. O minus MgBr, this positive. Then remaining this alkyl group attached to this carbon. So this one CH3. Upon hydrolysis add water to it. Then what will get? Add water, H and OH we can add here. Then the product is first I am writing this one CH3 CH, this will be OH, this O minus OH, this CH I am writing. So this is also we got alcohol. I am taking one more reaction of CH3. Here I took formaldehyde, I took acetaldehyde. These two cases I took aldehyde. Now I am taking ketone. CH3 double bond O. Ketone I took. This one we have to treat with CH3 MgBr. Treat with CH3 MgBr. This is the negative charge, partially negative charge. This is the partially positive charge, isn't it? Then this is a partial negative, this is the partially positive. This will attack upon this carbon, this bond is migrate to here, isn't it? Then the product is, these groups I am writing CH3, CH3. As it is I wrote this C, and this will become O minus MgBr with positive, isn't it? And this methyl group attached to this carbon CH3. So this is the product formed intermediate. Then we have to add water to it. Then break this bond. Break this bond. Here is H, here is OH. We are adding HOH. Then the product is CH3, CH3. This remains the same. This CH also remains the same. Then what we have to do is this is O minus this H will become OH. O minus and this H OH. Then the remaining we have is MgOH Br. This is the product. And here is also what is the product we got is alcohol. The product is alcohol. Now an important point I want to tell you here is all the cases we got alcohols, no doubt at all. This case alcohol we got, this case alcohol we got, this case also we got alcohol. One major difference is if you take formaldehyde, if you take formaldehyde, the alcohol is CH3CH2OH. The OH attached carbon attached directly to only one carbon. This is a primary alcohol. This is primary alcohol. If you take apart from the formaldehyde, any aldehyde you can take, except formaldehyde, you can take any aldehyde. This is other aldehyde, acetaldehyde here. The alcohol, look at this alcohol. This is the OH attached carbon. This carbon directly attached to the two carbons. This carbon is called as a secondary carbon. This alcohol is called as a secondary alcohol. Then what is the point is if we take any aldehyde except formaldehyde, the product is secondary alcohols with RMGX. So aldehydes react with RMGX will form secondary alcohols except formaldehyde. Formaldehyde will produce a primary alcohol. Now coming to the third case. This is what? Ketone. This is what? Formaldehyde. This is also aldehyde. Both these two are aldehydes. This one is a ketone. Ketone react with RMGX, alkyl magnesium halide, Grignard reagent. The product is what? This is the carbon. This carbon attached to the three different carbons, 1, 2, 3, and this OH attached carbon attached to three different carbons. This carbon is called as tertiary carbon. This alcohol is called as tertiary alcohols. The product is tertiary alcohols. So what is the point you understand is if aldehydes react with formaldehyde, the product is primary alcohol. If aldehyde react with any aldehyde, sorry, if Grignard reagent react with any aldehyde, if the Grignard reagent react with formaldehyde, the product is a primary alcohol. If Grignard reagent react with any other aldehyde, the product is secondary alcohol. If RMGX, Grignard reagent react with ketones, the product is tertiary alcohols. So this is a reaction of aldehydes and ketones with Grignard reagent. Now we can take some cyclic compounds. I am taking cyclic compound like this. C double bond OH. This is cyclic compound I took. This one I am treating with CH3 MgBr. CH3 MgBr. Then this is the negative charge, this is the partially positive charge. Attack upon this. This will be polarized to here. Then the product is C, this will be O minus, and we will get MgBr with positive charge, isn't it? Then to this CH3 group is going to get attached, and this is already has a hydrogen. CH I am writing CH to this one methyl group, we are going to get attached. Then upon hydrolysis we have to add water to it. Then the product is COH CH3. The product is secondary alcohol. I am taking one more reaction for ketone purpose. This one, double bond O. This is a ketone network. This one I am treating with RMGX, CH3Mg. Instead of taking CH3, I am taking a C2H5, C2H5MgBr. This is the reaction I took. In this case, this is the negative charge, this is the positive charge. Here look at this cyclic compound. This is the carbon with partially positive charge, this is oxygen with partially negative charge. This will attack upon this carbon, and this bond is going to get polarized to here. Then what is the product we can expect here is this one, and this will be O minus. This C, I'm writing this C2H5, this C2H5 attacking here, so I wrote C2H5, then O minus MgBr with the positive charge, MgBr with the positive charge. Upon hydrolysis by adding water, I'm writing here, upon hydrolysis, then what we have to do is we have to break the bond here. This is the H, this is the OH, H and OH. Then the product is C2H5, this will be OH. So OH, then remaining what we have is MgOH-Br. So this is the product formed in this MgOH-Br, this is the product formed in this reaction. So this is the reaction of aldehydes ketones with Grignard reagents. So this is another addition, nucleophilic addition reaction. This is the third one. Next class I will come out with continuation topic, nucleophilic addition reactions and some other continuation topics. So we will continue in next class.